In today's episode, this is going to be one of the simplest techniques that's going to help you simplify your life.
This is how legends are made.
Hi there, my name is Ben Jackson and thank you for joining me on today's episode. Today I want to talk about happiness, but in a very bite-sized form. Something that came out of a conversation with a client recently which I thought I was going to share and give to you today to really help you align some of your thinking, feeling and desires. And I think really what it was is that from this conversation, it just transpired that we can have a lot of questions about a particular situation. It doesn't have to be necessarily a challenge, but say even an opportunity that comes along and we try and look at it, we can analyze and we can think it through. Sometimes we can get quite factual about that, and that can be an important process of understanding and evaluating the opportunity or the situation. Yet there's also a point where all that information has to sit to one side and leave space for a simple question. Is this going to increase my happiness or decrease my happiness? And that's it. We need to be asking ourselves this question more often than we are about particular situations. Life can get grey, it can get tricky, it can be difficult, and sometimes we can make it more difficult than it need be. So in this quick episode, I'd like you to begin to re-educate your brain into simplifying some of the questions. The simpler we can get them, the more clear we are about what we're going to decide to do. Delays come from overthinking. Let's remove that barrier and kind of make the question simpler. So for this example was very much to say, does this action, opportunity, situation, does it add to your happiness? Or does it take away? And that's the only thing you need to answer. If it decreases it, then maybe not need to do it. If it adds to it, then great. These are the routes out of procrastination, if you like, or prevarication, or fear even. And I find it very simple. Narrow all the thinking down to a very simple binary question, answers yes or no in some form. And I find those the most effective, particularly when we have differing situations, differing opportunities presented to us. And I certainly know from my own personal history when I was younger, when I was going out of school, that I wasn't asking myself this simple question, I was asking myself multiple questions. And isn't it true that when we get ourselves worked up over a problem or situation or an opportunity, it's because we're evolving the same question a number of times or a number of questions a multitude of times, but we're not keeping it simple. We're asking ourselves a simplified version of the situation. It can be a challenge to incorporate this into your thinking, but I really encourage you to try it and see how the simplification of your decision making just means you're doing things quicker. You're getting on with things you want to do, and therefore you're more efficient. And ultimately, if it's taking you towards what makes you happier, you're going to be happier, which is great. So for today, bite-size, hopefully gold nugget of information, something to think about. Simply this: simplify your questions. Make them nice and easy, is it yes or no answers, and then crack on and do. Go and sort out what you want to, take the opportunity, have that coffee with that person, have that meeting, whatever it is. Just go and do. So I'll leave that with you. I hope you're doing fantastically well wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next episode.
This is how legends are made.